I think if I slouch a little bit, then we're a similar height. I think we're on. I hope the wind is not going to shake the camera. Of course, the one time we finally film again, it's
Would it be best
windy.
to close that door?
Well, we're back. It's been a while.
Do we have to start this video with life has been unstable? Or
Life has been very unstable.
for being so late.
And we enjoy doing these like little sit-down, chit-chat podcast episodes so much.
We've planned them so often, and then every time something happened that we really couldn't change.
Do you know how long it's been?
No, but it's just the season.
I think it's been 3 months. Because I was like, it has been, like you said, that every time there's like, we reschedule or something comes up or blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, yeah, but for 3 months, how's that possible? So we're going to do a lot better at making sure that, I mean, you guys have seen us still. We've been around and there's been loads of videos coming out. We just haven't done this format in a long time.
But it's been the first time. Normally we're quite consistent.
Yeah.
And people sometimes take like breaks from the season.
Right. We were on a break doing other videos instead of this one. And you were traveling a lot. And I think people noticed that on my channel all of a sudden, like you were not there as much. And people missed you, which is very nice.
Very sweet.
And I got loads of comments of people saying like, bring back Yes, we want Yes. I was like, I want Yes too, but Yes is not here. Because you had loads of shows. You were in Denmark and then you had a bunch of work stuff going on. So did I.
But your videos by yourself are fun too.
Thank you. Thanks. But I enjoy them most when you're in them. So for me, it was like, I was hearing you guys.
Let's get the tissues out.
No, but I was hearing you guys in the comments and I was like, fair enough, because I feel the same. But that's how it goes with the live. Sometimes we know we do more videos together. Sometimes there's patches where like you and I are very much work-wise pulled in different directions and doing our own things. So
that's why it's real.
Yeah. It's just how life goes sometimes. Sometimes life is busy.
Can you imagine if we had a real life soap? And then how I would just disappear for a few months?
I think if you and I had like a real life like reality TV show, I mean YouTube in a way is that, but I think it would be good. I think it would be good. There's so much that goes on. I mean, we share a lot of stuff, but we try and share mostly the good because that's the whole point of the YouTube channel, is that it stays positive and uplifting. But I think you and I would have a lot of other stuff to share, just, you know, stuff that happens and goes on in life.
Can I ask one thing? Is that paint or a hole in the wall?
I think that's paint.
Well, that's a problem. There's like
yes, I spotted a
dark gray,
but they were
green paint on the white wall.
No, it's a hole. Huh? It's a hole in the wall.
And I desperately need a haircut.
You and your haircuts, and your hair grows like 2 centimeters, and you're like, oh my God, I need a haircut. Everyone on my YouTube video you were fed up with my long hair as well.
Oh my God, that was not just long hair, it was a mullet.
It was very long. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what it was, but now you have shape again.
What happened, and I'm due for a haircut again, but what happened, you guys saw there was this period of this long mullet thing going on with my hair, but what happened was the last time, since we've moved to this area, everything is still like not super set in stone. So, and I had one hairdresser for like 9 years when we were at the other place. So
9 years?
Or 8 years.
Wait, and look at the volume.
And they really,
holy moly.
And they really knew what they were doing. And then when I moved here, I was like a trial and error of trying different people. And I went to one place and they gave me like a fade almost, which is like where they take the hair down to the skin. And then I kind of like protested and was like, okay, I'm just done getting haircuts for a while.
We should put here all the photos in from all your haircuts.
No, we're not doing that.
Like the last 15 years.
We're not doing that.
When you were younger, did you change haircuts too a lot? No.
No, I didn't. No, I just had the swoop back then. No, actually I had this like fringe, Tintin fringe thing, like a swoop. Very 2015. I had like this swoop fringe.
How?
Just like the front was up. You had that too. You had that moment too. This front. Yes, you did. You had this like front fringe.
I think I've always had the same hair for the last 20. I remember when I was younger, I always had quite short hair and a quiff.
Oh, quiff! That's what I meant. A quiff. I had a quiff too.
I had a quiff, and that was always my thing to go. But then one of my teachers at the primary school, which is now my stepdad.
Oh yeah.
Always called me Quiff because it's this cartoon. I don't know if it's international.
I think it's from Tintin, I thought.
Oh, Tintin, yes.
Yeah.
So then I didn't want that anymore. So then I had, I think, a slick thing. And my mom always wanted me to grow my hair. And then I never wanted that. And then at one point when I did, then she wanted me to cut it.
Oh.
But I think I've always had like kind of this kind of hair.
It's very Justin Bieber.
From this to a bit shorter. It's not.
2013 Justin Bieber. Yeah. I think it suits you. I think it looks really nice. But I wonder if it's a hairstyle you can have at 50. Do you know what I mean?
If I still have hair.
Because it's quite a young hairstyle. Anyway, this is nothing to do with anything.
Out, and here we are.
They're like, this is what we've been waiting for you guys to discuss hairstyles. But yeah, it's been a very, very busy couple of months. We have loads to catch up on. Quick note about the unstable mugs. You placed a very, very small order for them again. So we do have...
I mean, I've had it now for 3 months.
I know, but we just haven't been filming. But
I will make sure the website is ready this time.
Yeah, we had... You guys, I mean, some of you might know, but we had huge issues with the website last time.
Because a lot of you were interested, which was very sweet.
Yeah, which was very sweet, but...
And I think a bit more than we were prepared for.
And then you called your website provider, which is not Squarespace. You would not have had that issue on Squarespace. But you called with your website provider. They fixed it, and then they sent you an invoice for fixing it, and you said, hold on a minute, the website didn't work as it should have. We lost sales because of it. People couldn't check out the whole thing.
It took a few days.
It took a few days to get fixed. And so you guys are not providing the right service, and you want us to pay for it? Crazy. Crazy. You need to stop with them. Squarespace, I've got a link.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Squarespace. It's something completely different.
Yeah, but then it runs through Shopify, I think.
No, but I use WooCommerce.
Okay, well, we're getting sidetracked again. Right, okay, there is one question that's been on everyone's lips. Have you seen it in my comments? It's been everywhere. Have you seen? Okay, well, we're just gonna address it. I'm not even gonna wait to get into the questions, but the question is, where's 𝒋𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏
Well, you don't ask me.
Okay, so what happened with 𝒋𝒏𝒆𝒚 is I told you guys that I laugh about this, but it's actually a much broader, much more serious topic. And that has to do with the fact that when Emporio passed, I made a little bit of a deal with myself that I was going to try and find a horse that would give me that feeling and that passion and that click, and a horse that I could connect with as deeply as possible. Because whilst I had Emporio, I had that, you know? I didn't need 10 Emporios. One was like a lifetime worth. But since he left, I've been on the search looking for that again. And
not for something to say. I mean, it's quite difficult, I think, to go from that and then being open, not open, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's quite difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy.
You don't need a second Emporio.
No, but I want a horse.
Special.
I want a horse that goes deeper than like a loving. Like I want that fire again.
I think 𝒋𝒏𝒆𝒚 was a super sweet horse. Really perfect, really nice, beautiful, and you really enjoyed him and you enjoyed each other. But I think you maybe couldn't give each other like that special feeling.
Yeah, I think we just reached a point in our journeys that we were just so satisfied, but there wasn't that burning passion. And I think that's what I want. And I think Emporio's life lesson to me was that's what I need out of horse ownership for me to be like loving it and for it to make sense is I need this, you know, I don't need like a quiet, easygoing ride and a horse that's good on paper. I need something that touches my soul. And even though I loved 𝒋𝒏𝒆𝒚 very, very much, I treated him no other than all my other horses. I just never got there with him, which is not a problem. And he was the easiest horse. He was always sound, never had an issue. Like beautiful.
Put him anywhere.
His temperament was incredible. You know, there was no fault of his. It's just, I'm really in a moment of my life that I'm reevaluating many things. And I think you guys saw, you know, I've headed into this whole hunting thing. I haven't necessarily taken a step back from dressage, but you know, dressage was really what Emporio and I did. And I felt like I had the best already. And anything that I'm going to do will never feel like that again. So I'm looking into also other things that make me excited and make me passionate. And so I told you guys already in a couple of vlogs ago that I would be open to the idea of someone, if the right home was to come forward.
But it's also really fair to 𝒋𝒏𝒆𝒚, I think, because you want every horse to have that feeling that they are like the most special one in the world. No?
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, I say this humbly, but we give our horses a very, very good life. It's not that I think someone else can do a better job. However, I think, you know, 𝒋𝒏 would present an amazing opportunity for someone who is looking for a horse like him to have a best friend for life, you know, to find that person that he has that click with. And I had people that reached out to me and they said, you know, one thing led to another, and they were very interested in 𝒋𝒏. It was a lovely lady from France. She's at a stage in her life where she didn't have any horses. She wanted her last horse, you know.
I never met them, but I think they were looking for a long time, no?
Looking for a very, very long time. She wanted to find her last horse that she would be happy with until she couldn't ride anymore, and that would retire with her. And she showed me, you know, the place where he would be going. I met her and we hung out for 2 days, so I could really get to know her and stuff. And I watched her ride 𝒋𝒏 a few times. And it just all clicked. It just all made perfect sense. So she's bought him, and she bought him like 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And I'm in regular contact, and she's like obsessed with him. She's completely in love. She said it's her dream horse, more than she could have ever imagined. It's just been so lovely. I get nice little video and photo updates. And I've already told her, you know, when I'm in your neck of the woods, I'm definitely going to pop around and see him again.
I hear a trip to France.
You do. That would be nice.
But he's no longer called 𝒋𝒏.
But all that information is left to the new owner. I don't want to disclose too much because it is a private person. They don't choose to put their life out publicly. But he is in the best possible home, hands, love, everything. I'm so satisfied with that. And I so hope that everything that I did with him and what he learned through me and his incredible character that he had by himself, I hope that she can take all of that and enjoy that, because he is such an amazing horse.
I think it's always very difficult because our horses are our family. So it's always bittersweet, but I think for you as well, if you feel like it's better for both of you and you have the right match, then everybody's happy.
I feel like it's different for me. It's not a blanket like all my horses are my family, because when you buy them, you don't know if it's going to get there. So there's horses that become your family that I would never sell, and there's horses that become your very good friends, and I don't treat my family or my very good friends any differently. I love them regardless. I'm there for them regardless. I do anything for them. But I want everyone here to be family. That's my goal. And, you know, if I find the right owner and I can continue to search for that, then I'm willing to do that. I will absolutely say this was not a money grab. This was not like, oh, I'm just going to get this amount of money and that's all I care about. That was not what this was about at all. Because if that was the case, I could have sold him a long time ago. No, I know. But, you know, some people might speculate. Maybe some people have just jumped on the channel. They don't know me that well. There's been loads of new subscribers lately. So just to clarify that. But 𝒋𝒏 is sold. He's no longer here with us. He is, however, having an incredible time in France with his new owner, and we wish them the very best, and we will definitely continue to watch that story.
He must be back in a warmer climate. Oh, how far is it in France?
But we won't get into the details, as I've said. Not you trying to out this person the whole podcast.
Let's go into the maps.
But that happened. So that's kind of the situation there. I know some of you will be disappointed about that, but I only see it as a benefit to him, to me, and to the new owner as well.
And we only have a certain amount of stables as well.
For now, yeah. For now, we are somewhat limited. So
you keep filling them up.
Yeah. It has been I will say, before we get into the question, we've been having a hard time. I think it's good to come clean about that. It's not that we should only present the shiny things in life and all the good things. I feel like we've had a really, really long bad luck streak with the health of some of our animals. We can't even say horses because one of the dogs is in a bloody head collar and had her eye shaved down, basically. So we've had quite a few challenges. It's been a tricky couple of weeks now. I don't know if you feel like you want to say something about how Annie's going.
Well, I think we always really try, I feel like. I think we really try to do everything for them, that they have the best life. They get a lot of time outside with friends, the best food, the best supplements, care, attention, love, everything. We look at every single detail. And I think the last year, knock on everything, I've almost never had anything with my horses. They always were healthy and fine. most of the time. And now literally every horse here has had something.
Yeah, every horse.
I'm like, is there some energy here that I need to clear up with like sage? Is there something I need to look into the ground? Is there a reason why this is happening? Because it's almost too much. I know you don't really believe in this and you think, oh no, it's just bad luck. And it also happens when you have more animals. But Macho had a thing with the muscle, then Gaio has now something strange with the legs going on, like
it was like started like an inflammation or like a allergic reaction, and then it spiraled into getting into like a skin infection.
And then Andres had something in his hoof. Then
he had a hoof
strange abscess thing.
Abscess that popped through the coronet band, but it took ages to come out, like ages.
And then, of course, Annie has her tendon injury, which is now been 2.5 months already. Then Chase at one point was on 3 legs.
Oh my God, I never witnessed anything like this. We went to the field. Chase couldn't walk at all. It looked like he had broken a leg.
But this was after, because Annie had to go in the stable because of her tendon. Of course, Annie and Chase were together, so Chase was also going to be in the stable. Then Chase couldn't deal with being in the stable.
He went nuts.
Because he was just outside all the time, so he was just trotting inside the stable, basically.
Chase has slowly become a wild horse again.
And then outside, he wasn't happy because Annie was still inside.
Yeah.
So there was basically no winning. Then we saw that he was kind of okay with Antares because they knew each other for a long time. So they went together.
Yeah.
Enzo went in there, but then something had happened, and I think Chase might have gotten a kick or something.
Yeah, Chase got kicked in the leg, and we arrived there. It was like, I was like, we're gonna have to put this horse down. He couldn't walk at all.
You thought that?
He couldn't walk at all. He was completely non-weight bearing on the leg. But actually, what had happened? Of course, we got the vet out. We've had the vet out, I think, once a week minimum.
Oh, 2-3 times sometimes.
But for the past, I think, 3 months. You guys can't even believe the vet bills. I told the vet the other day, who actually we know very well now, I said to him, I said, this is like the dream scenario for any vet because you and I are prepared to do anything for the horses. However much time, money, effort it takes, we will do it. And these horses keep breaking and keep getting injured or keep getting like these very rare skin issues or whatever. And I said, this is a vet dream. This is becoming a clinic here.
It's just really difficult because we love them so much and it really affects us when something's up with them and sometimes you don't know what it is or sometimes it just takes a lot of time. You have a lot of worry about it. So it's not been so easy and I don't know. It's just been really a lot.
It's been a tricky time.
And then I don't know if you want to share more.
No, I think that I have a whole vlog about this. Something else very unfortunate that happened, but I have a whole vlog about it because this is not just something I can make a small conversation about because it's going to be a whole thing. So
it's basically a lot.
Yeah, and then Penny, our dog, she has been having like an eye issue which we've been trying to fix for the past
I keep getting a phone call.
There's someone at the gate. I like how you just close it and
I think the vet maybe.
No, the vet already came.
No, he called me.
Oh.
Actually, talking about it, the vet's here.
Yeah, just goodness. His ears must have been burning. Oh my gosh. It's like the pharmacy has arrived. You're back.
It's quite windy outside, so my hair doesn't.
Not about the hair. Oh, he's there again. I guess how I see it a little bit is I don't see it as bad luck or something tied to anything. I just see it as like we have an immense amount of like magic in our lives and we're so fortunate. And I always say that like, well, not I, but it's like a thing people say like all magic comes at a price. And I feel like there's a big debt of the price that we have to pay for all the magic that we have.
We also try to do good.
I trust me, I know. I'm annoyed and very much tired.
The horses have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm very much tired by this whole thing as well.
But there's a lot of good too, and we are happy with them.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been difficult.
Yeah, and there's been like leaps and bounds that we're taking with the property and with all sorts of different things. So like, there's so many good things also going on. We shouldn't forget that. I think the reason why it gets to us is because we care about the horses so much. But I think we've blabbed enough. I think we can get into the questions because we haven't even addressed a single question yet. I pulled questions from Instagram like I always do. You guys sent through loads of really good questions actually, and some things that I think maybe I missed in some of my vlogs. Obviously the whole hunting horse expedition has come to a close because King is here now. You were not so much part of that, at least in front of the camera. Behind the scenes, you and I obviously talked. I showed you everything, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to get, firstly, your opinion of the horses I went to see to camera, because we didn't really do that. What did you think of the horses I went to see in Ireland and in the UK?
And who are we talking about then?
All of them. Just what was your impression?
I can remember. Well, everybody really liked Emperor, but to me, I've always said it's not the right one from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I didn't want to stop the excitement. So I said it's a beautiful horse, and if you like him, that's up to you, but I don't think it's the right horse for you and for what you want and everything. I just didn't, I don't know, it was just a feeling. But of course it was a really nice horse, but I don't know. I just had something with the horse, I think.
And what did you think of that brown one, the first one I tried in Ireland that I jumped? Do you remember that one? Okay.
I mean, there's so many.
What did you think about King? When I went to see him, when I showed you everything, what did you think about King?
I think he was really sweet, and I think it was really nice also when you showed me the ditch you jumped, and mostly that he gave you such a nice and safe feeling, and you had a lot of fun with him, and I think that says more because you were also really going after a certain kind of type from a horse, or maybe something with a certain look. And I think King is beautiful, but the main thing that you had said with him is that he gave you a really nice and safe feeling.
Yeah, definitely the feeling is the thing that I was left with the most. I mean, he's a beautiful horse, don't get me wrong, he's got a beautiful temperament, but the feeling of riding him and how safe it felt was the winning factor. And I think, and that's the first question, is why did you finally decide to buy King? And I think it's because at the end of the day, hunting is a sport that can be quite dangerous. And I did want something full Irish draft. The more Irish drafts I tried, the more I knew that. And King just ticked so many boxes. I really liked the owners he came from.
And he was very sweet, I think.
Yeah, very nice man.
Very enthusiastic on the videos.
Very Irish, very, very nice Irish man. And, you know, he had been hunted, he had the experience, he was ready to go. And it just all made sense. And after riding him and getting that feeling, yes, I was curious to go back and see Emperor and get that and see what the feeling would be like on him. But, you know, after riding him, it was clear to me that King was the one that I wanted, that I connected with, and that I needed as well. Quite on set.
Yeah, and all the other horses, I think it was good. You went to see quite a few because you kind of need to try and have something to compare it with as well.
Especially because now when we shop for PREs, we can draw comparisons so much from all the ones we've seen, but I don't have that kind of experience with hunting horses.
Yeah.
And the first thing I realized was, you really can't ride these horses the same as a dressage horse.
And you also don't...
No bend, no flexion, falling in the corner.
Same expectation, and you also don't really know the people around it, so it's
it's a whole new world.
But you always dive in like 300%. So
when I tell you, I know
everybody basically by the end of the month.
When I tell you, I know half of Ireland and I know half of the Irish drafts that are out there competing and showing and everything. I mean that. Yeah, I turned that place over. Yeah. Is 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 going to get more horses? I got lots of questions about this because obviously people are seeing that I'm acquiring and shopping. But what about you?
I don't really have anything planned. For me, my only thing that I would like is...
Sorry, you don't have anything planned? Wait. Are we living in the same world?
I'm just for the mare for macho, of course, the pony, which is a process thing, and I will share some more about that very soon on my own channel because, yeah, it's...
Okay, she wants the exclusive for her own channel, I see.
Well, I have something going on, but then I'm also looking...
A decision has been made. You can say that.
Well, can I answer the question?
Yeah.
And where my head is at, if I have one mare, that there should maybe be another mare.
Here we go.
So the mare's not alone, and if there's a foal, it's cute when there's two foals.
Yeah.
But I don't know fully yet, because if the mare could be with bear, then it's also not necessary, so we need to see.
Because now you and I are really trying hard to think of a good setup, because obviously having stallions here at home and all this kind of stuff, these ponies can't be on the grass all day. There really needs to be a suitable setup for them in order to manage them properly, make sure that they stay healthy. and that it doesn't upset also the fine equilibrium we have here with the other horses.
Yeah.
So I think you and I are really trying to narrow that down now, what that's going to be like.
And we also have only a certain amount of space and time.
Okay, the space is not the issue. There's plenty of space for them. That's not a problem. I think it's just
but
how
to stable them if it's needed.
I mean, if we're not stabling the others ponies, so if we need to, we can absolutely stable them. That's not an issue.
For example, there's a storm or there's something else, like even what happened with Annie now, like she has to come in when she was first living outside. I want to be able to have the space, and I don't want to be like, oh, where do we go? Of course, there's always solutions and people we know in the area where they could go for like a temporary thing.
And we have plans of building other things. So, I mean, we will be fine. It's just more that it's important now to think about these things and not that this horse will arrive and we're like, what do? We haven't thought this through. Or the stallions are upset. Or, we just have to make it work.
But I would really like just a few like of the ponies, or maybe one at least, maybe two. But for the rest, I'm not really, to be honest, looking into like bigger horses at the moment. I think I'm super happy with the horses that I have. I think we still can do a lot of things, and I don't think I am in the I kind of have space for another one.
Especially now that we have a few that are having some management issues in terms of like little problems, then you think it's an incredible amount of time. We've rented now this laser machine. It's an incredible amount of time to really look after them properly as well. So as we don't want to really go too overboard or anything,
But it would be good, of course, for myself what I like, but also for my work. I need to kind of always keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, at one point, but for me it's not really a thing that I'm really
not
looking
rushing
into.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. But something is brewing for Jesse, so that's something will come out.
It's just also very difficult for me, I think, to open up my heart for another horse, because I feel, of course, with Annie I also have this really special thing, and with Macho and the other ones too, that took also a bit longer. But for me, it's just always quite difficult, because I feel like once I get to that, I really have to be ready for it.
Yeah, it's a process. It's not something that you can just... And I mean, also with them, it took years. It's not that there was you really had to build on that as well. So it's not just about finding the right horse. You have to walk that journey then together too. Okay, next question. What's something people often misunderstand about you?
About me?
Yeah. And then I'll answer it. I know one about you.
We can also, yeah.
People often misunderstand that you're a man on the phone. I don't know why everyone thinks you're an elderly woman.
Man on the phone?
They don't think you're a man. They think you're an elderly woman on the phone all the time.
Yeah, when I call with somebody, but I think we talked about this, but when I call with like a call center that calls me or something else, somebody else that I don't know, they always call me Mrs.
Yeah, which is so odd. I don't hear it at all, but anyway.
Yeah, and for the rest, maybe that I'm easy.
They misunderstand that you're easygoing.
No, not easy. I don't know.
Well, you're quite easygoing. I think maybe sometimes people always say to me, yes, it's so calm. Yes, it's so calm.
Oh yeah, I don't know why people think that, because I don't think you're calm at all.
I think maybe
I wish I felt calm.
Well,
once. I mean, sometimes I have like 10 minutes. I'm like, wow, what is this?
I think your energy can be quite grounded and calm, but you as a person, I don't think that would be the first word I would use, is calm. What do you think?
I mean, I don't think I would ever use that on myself.
Well, you're calm with the horses.
But people, I don't know, when I was younger, always people didn't said that I was very active, and then now people always say, oh, you're so calm. Very sweet, and I hope I bring that, because I always like to be around people that give me that feeling too, but yeah, I hope I can give myself that feeling one day.
Yeah.
And you?
I think people often misunderstand. I can have quite an opinionated, strong front, but I am quite an emotional person. Not in the sense like I'm not a big crier, but I do take things to heart and things like that. So I think that's something that people can misunderestimate or misunderstand about me, is that maybe they think I've got this like super harsh, strong exterior, but actually I'm quite, I think, sensitive. Who's here now? There's somebody else here. There you go. Add it to the pile. It was kind of nice before when we didn't have the gates, and people could, and they would just drop everything off.
But this other person just left it at the gate, I think. I don't know what it was, but
yeah, which is fine too. But it was nice because before they would bring it in, they would drive it all the way up. But now we have both gates up, so now they go through this like intercom system that pops up on our phone, which is very handy actually. But yeah, people sometimes think that they can just be quite harsh to me and that I can take it. And I can take it, and I can give it back.
I think they might think sometimes that you're harder or more strict than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. Of course, when I have to create a website, I go on Squarespace. The reason for that is I don't have coding knowledge. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, even though I work online, but Squarespace makes the user journey so friendly and easy that I was able to design the whole website myself. First off, you have hundreds of already made templates to choose from, which means that you can really find the design that best suits your business. After this, Squarespace basically guides you through every next step in order to create your dream website. One of the things that I love so much is that when I'm traveling, I can make quick editing changes, I can add pages. It's very, very simple and straightforward. I couldn't recommend Squarespace more to any entrepreneur or anybody that's looking to design and create and stay in charge of their own website. If this sounds interesting to you, then do use my link, which is www.squarespace.com/MattHarnacke, and in doing so, you'll get 10% off your first website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for being such a loyal sponsor over the years. It truly is a testament to just how great this platform is. Are the renovations in the house completed?
No, they're still the same stage they were before.
No, you're joking. Who now?
No, this is just an alarm.
I'm so sorry for this.
This shows, I think, why we haven't been able to.
We can't catch a break, is what we can't do here. No, okay, we're just gonna quickly breeze over this. The house renovations are absolutely not completed. I have, however, just, didn't even tell you about it yet, but I've just started the next design processes for the office downstairs. I had a meeting because I wanted to make my own custom wallpaper. So I had a meeting about it yesterday. It went well, but there's nothing to show you yet because we have not gone further than that. But things will slowly start trickling on now that things are quite.
Does it have color?
Well, we haven't designed it yet, but from the samples and from what I expressed, it does have color, but it's like not
but it should
screaming.
have color, I think.
Yeah, but it's like, anyway, I won't give too much away, but yes. Did the new windows help keep the house warmer during the winter?
I'm not sure, I think so.
We did.
I mean, there's still wind coming in sometimes, but that's not the windows issue, and I think
it's quite difficult to gauge because this winter we heated much more of the house than we did last winter. We could see that there was some improvements in terms of like what we were paying. So it has to, because the glass is like not anywhere near as cold as it was in all that surface area in the house.
Do you think it makes a difference with the sound or not?
It does, yeah. I think it does make a difference with the sound as well. It's like sound deadening. Yeah. Yeah, so far we've had a nice experience. No, it didn't make it worse. And what I have seen actually, I don't know if you've experienced it already, because it acts both ways, for the cold but for the hot as well. Now that we've had those really sunny days, that breakfast room used to get really hot.
It's 15 degrees.
It's not about that, it's about the sun, because it stops the rays. It helps keep the rooms more cool as well when the sun is hitting them too.
But I'm happy because we can't really see the dots, which I was worried for.
Yeah, because this is vacuum glass, which means that it's very thin and it actually has a higher insulation or whatever it's called than triple glazing. But the catch is that there's these small dots where the vacuum seal is. You have to get super close to the glass to see them, but when you're just looking out the window, you don't see them at all. Actually, I never think about them. You? No. Is Jesse going to get a hunting horse or a hunter?
Absolutely not.
Well, you wouldn't be opposed to it.
Well, I don't have any interest whatsoever, to be honest.
What, you have no...
Where, first of all, do I get the time to do these things when I'm traveling already for my own thing? And
Let's say there was...
I've enjoyed it for maybe once or twice or 3 times a year, maybe. But that's all.
Let's say there was to be a horse that could be available and you didn't have to train it or anything. Would you then like it? Because you're not ready to commit to another horse.
Well, you're just getting ready to get another horse now.
No, I'm just posing you the...
No, I don't have any interest. And I know you don't want to accept that, but I don't. I enjoy it, and maybe every now and then it's really nice if I get the opportunity that I could join too.
It's not that I don't want to accept it. It's more that we had so much fun doing it together that I'm like, why would we not do that a little bit more often? I'm not by any means saying every weekend, but it would be nice, no? It'd be nice, no?
Well, I guess if you say so.
Exactly.
I mean,
but you have no plans of getting another horse. So you've already said that, so. Do you have ways to clear the head after a stressful, hectic period working?
Give us tips in the comments.
Let us know. We would love to know. I have a way.
Oh,
I mow.
Mowing.
I mow for days. Yeah. And then the worst thing is when I'm like, I've had a stressful time. I want to jump on the mower. I start mowing. And of course the mower is very loud. I've got sound deadening headphones and then I get a phone call.
It's usually me, I think.
And then I've got to turn off the blades. I've got to turn off the machine. The machine takes a second to get quiet. So then typically what I do is actually get off it and walk away. And then I'm like, hello, and then get back on the mower, turn it on, start going, again a phone call. So I think I should just start putting my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm mowing.
Why not?
Yeah, I should. Yeah, you might have some silence.
I think I call you
for a while.
many times a day.
You call me a lot. Yeah, which is fine. It's not a problem, but it's fine.
Well, see, that's a compliment because I don't like phone calls.
True, yeah. You don't have you have some social anxiety things that you don't like doing, but you've never had them with me. You know what I mean? That's quite impressive. Okay. Has there been a jacuzzi purchased yet? Wait, we didn't discuss about how you relax.
Yeah, I said leave a tip in the comment.
You don't have anything that you do?
Sometimes it
cooking,
happens.
I think sometimes, no?
Oh, it's not really relaxing, is it?
Well, I don't know. You say you enjoy it sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's relaxing.
What else? There has to be something. There has to be something you do
or
that's
just
relaxing.
watch a series or something.
Yeah, couch time is relaxing. And I think for me too. Yeah. Has there been a jacuzzi purchase yet?
No.
No, we would like to, I think, have new bathrooms before that happens.
Really? Why? The bathroom is fine.
Well, I mean, it's obviously working, but you don't think that's a little more important? Because
for me, I don't really... I mean, I would love it one day, but for now... I don't know.
I think the road where we would go down is to custom make it so it's not one of these white ones, because I think that would really make no sense with a very old house. So it would be like a custom thing in the ground that looks actually more like a pool but is a jacuzzi, and that's very expensive to do. I got one quote and I was like, ooh.
How much?
Well, this was like one that actually comes as a shell already, but it's in stainless steel, so it looks really nice, and it looks just like a pool. But it was 70,000, and that's without install, without anything, just for the shell and stuff. And it's tiny. It's tiny. I was like, you are joking, because I think we were looking into it at the last house as well, and I got some quotes. And to get a decent pool, I did.
Oh, a pool.
To get a decent pool, it's around 120. Something thousand, which is a lot of money. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. But that's for a nice, good pool. You get, and I was like, I don't know if I'd rather just get a pool than for that money. Not that we have a need for a pool, but do you know what I mean? Do you know here where we have this courtyard where all the horses stick their heads out? Do you think it would be cool to have a big pool there with a jacuzzi at the end? And make that whole area like a pool?
I just don't know if it's good for the horses to be smelling chlorine.
Well, it would need to be one of those pools that can be closed with like these rolling lids. Not one above ground, like an inbuilt lid. Because then what you can do is use it. I like swimming,
but I think a pool can get quite boring. Like, what am I doing in there?
You're joking. You are saying that?
No,
you're obsessed with pool. No, you're obsessed with any body of water that isn't the ocean or a pond.
No, I know I like it, but that's just because it's every now and then.
Okay.
But the jacuzzi could be every day.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's how I relax.
In a jacuzzi? Mm-hmm. God, what an expensive way to relax. When is Jesse getting his mare? We lightly touched on that already, so I think we can skip past that one unless you have any other exclusive you'd like to offer the people right here, right now.
I don't really have it.
Okay, next one. Have you planted anything new lately? Garden updates. There's a huge, I think it's going to be maybe the video after this one or the one more after. No, one more after. We have planted already huge, ginormous trees on the property. You guys are going to be seeing that coming
really
up.
Beautiful. I was arriving from the other side on the road and I could see them and it looked really nice because they're getting the leaves and the colors and the...
And when I say huge, I mean like 8-9 meters tall, the trees, and the root ball that went in the ground was taller than me, taller than almost 2 meters. So
root ball?
Yeah, the root ball.
No.
I have the foot. Okay.
But not all of them, no.
Well, not all of them, but you want to say no, but I was already creating the thumbnail. Is that not bigger than me?
If it's on its side.
Yes, of course on its side.
Yeah.
How else?
Well, when it's standing up, I meant.
No. No. So yeah, so you guys are going to be seeing that coming up, which is very exciting. And then there's going to be a bunch of other little garden projects that are going to get...
arena.
Yeah, there's arena stuff, arena landscaping going on. We're going to get going with some stuff in the garden here soon. So there's loads coming up on that front.
This week I'll start my vegetables again.
Yeah, you need to get in there with a weed whacker because it's overgrown completely. What does Jesse think about you buying all these new horses?
Well, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. But it's also not that much because, of course, you really sadly lost Emporio. And then Etro is sold. So it's, yeah.
And also horses, I only bought one, so horse.
2.
I bought 2. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, but he's not here. So in my head, it doesn't count as much because we're not taking up a stable.
But I do have a thing that I'm like, okay, calm down, don't keep going.
You're like, whoa, whoa, handbrake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you've always been very supportive. I mean, you've been hesitant at times, but
I'm always
you've always been supportive. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe then you're hesitant now about maybe doing more hunting, but maybe in a while I'll warm you up.
No.
Because I said to Jesse, I said, how fun, because I found this
your hobby.
No, but listen, I found this really nice cross-country trainer with a beautiful cross-country field. I said, how nice for us to get cross-country lessons together.
But to be honest, I don't have that.
It would be so fun. It would be so funny.
I don't have that feeling.
Yeah, but I think sometimes for you it's hard to envision, but when you do it, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, that was not that bad. I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
You don't think? You told me I'll bring on today's...
I tell you 500 times now no, and you keep going. So do you want me to just say yes?
You said to me, oh, I might bring on today's. I said, that's not... You need like a horse that's...
Yeah, but I don't have any interest. Like, it will be fun maybe for once or twice, I don't care, but it's not like any of my goals.
Well, I won't push you into it, of course, but we might circle back on this idea every now and then. What's the next style for your... Oh my God, I completely forgot I picked this question. What's the next style for your hair? It's been an evolution of styles. What about for you? Because I've had different ones. I had like that. I had that front fringe moment going on. I had the longer middle part.
Would you ever go back to the back on top?
No. The slicked all the way back? No. The 2020s, 2018s. No, 2018s. That's when it was really slick back. No, I wouldn't do that again. I think this is more relaxed.
Would you ever have it till your shoulders?
No, never.
Why? We're basically there.
What? We were not basically there. What are you talking about? It's so extra. What about for you? Because this question would be interesting for you, considering it's been the same for 20 years.
Well, I don't have any interest to change it at the moment, to be honest.
Would you do something where we can see your forehead? Yes, there's a really good forehead. It's very small, and you have a nice hairline. Would you ever do something that is like the hair actually going back instead of going forwards?
I don't know.
Would you grow it out longer and then...
No.
Bring it back?
No.
Would you ever do the hairstyle?
I then look like a mop with my thin hair.
Would you ever do the hairstyle I have now?
Of course not.
Why?
Well, why? Because I don't have the hair for it. Nor the face. Nor the patience to take care of it every day.
I think you could, I think it could suit you, even though I like this on you as well. But no, I think
I don't want
it would all look good on you, to be honest.
I don't want any of that.
How are you feeling about the loss of Emporio after all these new horses? Do you feel guilty? No, guilty, certainly not. I've had like lately actually a couple of like really hard days where I've been very upset about and feeling his loss. So I think it's something that kind of like changes a little bit.
I think it's always there, but in moments it's just extra strong.
There's moments where I can just carry on with my life, and then there's moments where it feels almost worse than when it happened. So, because you're left with this giant hole. So yeah, it's something that's like I don't think it's something that will ever not hurt. I think you just kind of have to find a way to deal with the pain. But I don't feel any guilt because, I mean, you know, there's no reason for me not to try and have other nice experiences with other horses and all that kind of stuff. But certainly it's not easy, I would say. It's not like an easy thing. What is you and Jesse's daily routine regarding cooking, breakfast, and lunch? You've actually kind of just changed your routine. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because you've started fasting.
Yeah, I like breakfast. So breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and I always have eggs and then toast with like some stuff on it. Then recently
What's on the toast?
Well, I have cheese with tomato, avocado, and rucola, and then I have chocolate sprinkles, I don't know how to call it, and peanut butter, like those I usually go for, and then soft-boiled eggs, and then...
Yeah, breakfast is like your thing.
Yes. And then I have dinner, and that is, yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, you always make loads of different things, and Jesse's like made a really good butter chicken. Very, very good butter chicken.
But it's quite difficult every day to come up with something to cook.
That's one of like the dreaded phone calls I get is you call me, say, I'm on my way to the store, which is very sweet. I'm on my way to the store. What do you want to have for dinner? I'm like, oh. I'm like, it's like a soul-crushing question, because it's like there's...
Yeah, but it could sometimes be that you have a good idea, or you're like, oh, I really feel like this.
There's many times that I do. Give me credit. There's many times where I'm able to squeeze my imagination
many times,
into...
but maybe 2 out of 10 times. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, normally you say,
10?
I don't mind, everything is fine.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
That's not true. You struggle with decision-making. I can be quite a decision-maker. And there's been many times where I say, let's just do this, let's just have that. Yes, it's true.
Okay.
Even today, I gave you the suggestion.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen all the time at all. But it's okay. You say like, oh, I don't mind. Anything's fine for me.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty easygoing. I don't make any
it doesn't matter. I can do it.
Requests. I'm an easy person to have at the dinner table.
But I like to cook and
in front of me.
do it. And then you do a lot of other things in the garden and stuff like that. So I think it's a good... I do like it sometimes when you go to the store, because I go to the store every day, sometimes twice a day, and I really buy for what I need in that moment.
Awful.
You hate it, but then when you do go, you buy a lot of things.
I avoid the grocery store.
Like if you want butter, you get 3 times butter.
So because I think if I do a huge stock up, I don't have to go again to this awful hellhole. It's an awful place to be in. You're overstimulated. Everyone's like in your business. It's just, I can't find anything because I never go, so I never know where anything is. So when I do find it, I think, eureka, and 10 butters come home with me.
Oh, but...
Yeah.
And yours?
My what?
Your routine.
My routine is, well, for breakfast...
Whatever I present you.
Exactly, for dinner, absolutely. For breakfast, I have 2 fried eggs on toast with salt, pepper, and paprika on it. And then I do a peanut butter and Nutella like a child. I have a peanut butter.
Like a child, you can't enjoy it as a human, as an adult.
As an alien. And then I have a peanut butter and Nutella piece of toast as a little sweet treat while I have my coffee. Yeah.
And lunch?
And lunch, I don't know. Today I had a toasty. I'm not like a big lunch person. Sometimes I skip lunch. You fast, so you don't have lunch at the moment. What's something you've changed your opinion on over the last year or so? I mean, you've changed your opinion constantly.
About what?
Well, many times you think, oh no, that's not going to look good, or you guys are going to see it. Okay, last one, the dining chairs. I showed you a photo of the dining chairs that I wanted from this antique store, and you're like, that's so ugly, that's like for a grandma, that's awful. I said, yes, so you have to trust the vision. I said, do you mind if I get them? If you don't like them, we can return them, but I said, do you mind if I get them? And then you have to see them in person in the space. And what do you think about them?
They're cute.
They're more than cute. They're really nice. I even talked to we know the guy quite well from the store, and I said, listen, I don't know if Jess is going to like them. I said, do you mind if I return them? And he said, listen, I won't even send you the invoice yet. Just show them to him, and then if he doesn't like them, you just bring them back.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. So that's something you've changed your opinion on?
Lots of opinions over there, so... I don't know.
There isn't an opinion I've changed on, probably, because these opinions are pretty tight when they come together. I mean, I'm maybe slightly thinking about changing my opinion about the fact if we want to put like a divider between the bathroom, the toilet, and the laundry, but only because you want it. I don't have the need for it, but...
Wait, what?
If you want to have a wall with a door between the toilet and the laundry, we can do that still, of course. That's not a big job, but maybe I'm changing opinion about that. Yeah, but only if you want it, because I don't need it for myself. Where will Jesse's pony field be?
We don't know yet.
No.
It's all about also permits, because they need to have a house to find shelter and stuff like that. So it's not that straightforward.
And I think I'm doing I really want this whole thing to be, because this is really your thing, right? Like these ponies, this breeding, all of this. And so I've taken a little bit of like a hands-off approach, and I've said, you know, think about your perfect scenario and what you want, and then bring that forward, and we'll see if it works with like everything else we have envisioned for the place. So a lot of this is really on you now to try and find something that you're really happy with, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's not easy, I'll give you that, because there's many things to consider, but we have the space, so it's just about coming up with a design that works.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't affect everything else as well. So
yeah. I think I just have to lock you in a room with pen and paper and a drawing of our property, and then you just have to sit there and really have a good hard think, because it's something that like doesn't come, even when in the past I've had to make some of these plans, it's not something that comes overnight. It really takes some time. So yeah, so the pony field, we're figuring that out as we speak. Yes, it's gonna be locked in a room in a straitjacket with a pen and a piece of paper. Will you build obstacles to jump on at the property to prepare for hunting?
I think that would be cute. Or through the forest parts we have, like a little track.
Yeah, I thought that would be really fun. I saw some videos on like IG of people going through a forest, and there's like a narrow pathways with like jumps on it. And we could easily make that out of fallen logs and trees that we have. And we have one piece...
But even at Mimi's place, the stable we had the horses for a while, they also had these jumps in the forest. That was also kind of nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And we have one plot of forest that is 5 acres. It's quite big and it's all connected. So we could definitely utilize that and do something with it. I think it could be quite nice.
In a water area and lots of things we could do.
What is the project you're most looking forward to this summer here on the property? I mean, I have some projects coming soon, like the tack room is going to be fitted in May.
I think that's my main thing that I'm excited about.
Yeah. What about the lunch yard?
But that's not this summer. It will start
in early winter. Well, late summer it will start.
October, no?
Yeah. When does winter start? December.
Yeah, but you have autumn first.
Oh yeah, autumn. Oh yeah, forgot about her.
like air in our head.
Me, it's either summer or winter. Yeah, that will be a big one. And of course, behind the scenes, we have all the permits going on for the indoor arena with stables. So that's like a big thing that's going to be getting analyzed this year.
For the rest, I just want all the horses healthy.
That's our greatest wish right now.
Yes.
Is that all the horses are healthy, happy. That's like our number one thing. Yeah, that's true actually.
But for the rest, every day is exciting.
Well, yes, the farm will be expanding his vegetable garden.
Not expanding, but doing it with a bit of a plan, I think.
A plan of attack, plan of approach.
I have garlics growing at the moment from last year still. Yesterday I separated them because there were like 2 times 3 that was close together, so I kind of separated them and hope they make it.
How did it look? Was it like a fully formed... How is that possible that it's still not there? You planted those garlics last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it will even work, but okay. But I will start it again very soon. Right, we have this thing from Alice that I can grow on the inside the seeds.
Oh yeah, you've got like kind of like a starting...
It's with like a
seed starting kit thing.
So I'm excited to start using that.
Why did you take a break from the podcast? We kind of addressed that a little bit in the beginning.
We didn't decide to, it just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened, yeah. But maybe we will have to make a couple of extra episodes to make up for like the ones we missed. When will the indoor arena be going up? Date, have you missed having one?
Well, we don't have a date yet. We don't even know if it's going to happen.
For now, we're projecting for 2027. Sometime end of 2027, there could be something.
We'll see how it goes.
Maybe 2028, 2029, there's no saying. It depends also on the permitting process. Have you missed having one?
Well, I'm not really used to having one, so not really.
Oh yeah, because you weren't really at that stable for very long.
Like, it's nice having one also, for example, when it rains and you want to take the dogs out, then the dogs can pee and poo in the arena.
Oh my God, first world problems, having a whole indoor arena as a potty place for the dogs.
But it is nice to have also because, of course, this arena is super nice, but for the Liberty work with Gaia, for example, it's still not fully there yet. So an indoor for that would be nice. And when we had all the snow... An
indoor to do Liberty?
Yeah, what is wrong with that?
For the snow, makes sense.
I mean, Liberty is my whole thing.
No, but what I'm saying, that's not really the purpose of an indoor.
No, you know? But the question is, if I've missed it, can I answer?
Yeah, of course.
Holy moly. Yeah, so that's for the rest, don't miss it. That's always a big plus, but I haven't fully missed it. But I'm excited actually then for the covered lunch. That will be nice.
Yeah, that will be already like a great stepping stone towards just being able to train in all weather. Because wait, when we had the snow, yeah, what do you do then?
But you haven't had the horses here in winter, really?
No.
And I don't mind riding in the rain.
When did my horses move?
I don't know.
March? May? It's not even May now.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? I think maybe February, March. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gone in March and then they were here.
Oh yeah, I got this question. Are your teeth real? Yes, these horse teeth are real. Are your teeth real?
Yes.
Yeah, these little mouse teeth are real too. When 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 cooks meat for you, does he hate the smell of meat?
No.
On the contrary.
No, I really liked when I used to eat meat, I really liked it and the smell, like the taste and stuff. Of course, not the whole thoughts behind it, and it's awful these animals have to go through. For us to then, well, for other people then to eat it.
Which is, I think that's the most impressive thing, is that you actually quite like meat, but you still choose not to. I think that's what makes it even more impressive that you're a vegetarian.
I mean, I don't like to eat abuse. So.
Don't like the taste? That's all the questions for now.
Opa!
Yeah.
Well, I hope that was okay for you guys.
It was like a small warm-up into coming back into it all. It looks like we're in like a spotlight or something, but you know what it is? This is how tragic our setup is. They just delivered the shavings and they're covered in white plastic and the sun is reflecting off the white plastic of the shavings onto us.
Paid actor.
I know, it's like we're in a studio and yet it's just the shavings we haven't put away yet.
But I feel the sun also coming through there.
Yeah, it was. We've had all sorts of lightings in one podcast episode, yeah, as well. But yeah, it was nice to be able to sit down and do this again and have a little time to chat and catch up. Obviously, the YouTube videos have gone on as always, but this is a little bit of a different...
Even more, I think.
I think so. The uploads have been quite regular, and I spotted 1 or 2 uploads from you too. So do check out 𝒋𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 on YouTube. But yeah, I think that's basically everything. Small reminder that the unstable mugs, there is a limited, very limited amount of these left, and I think...
Maybe limited, maybe not, I'll see.
No. We've discussed this already. There will be a new design. So this is the last chance to get this one. And afterwards we will do something else. Yeah, I'm ready for a new era.
You don't know if I order more anyways.
And this one you designed, and the next one I will design. So we can take it in turns. Yeah.
Are you going to ship them to them?
Actually, I did talk to... I'm working with... Okay, how do I make this abbreviated? I'm working with an illustrator company that's doing loads of visuals for me, including like my YouTube banner. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not. That's flowing into a whole other world. They're also doing like the wallpapers, and they have connections to some like dispatch facilities so that they make it and send it. I always find an easy way out. But anyway, we will figure that out. But the reason why that's interesting is, with the next lot, we're going to have some made in the US. That way the shipping is also much cheaper, because right now everything is coming from a small little warehouse in the Netherlands. And of course, that's very expensive to fly. Yeah, fly, but to ship to America. So we are going to work on that for next time. We just didn't know that there was going to be so much requests from the US and in such great numbers. So now that we know that, we can kind of like make up for that. Anything else you'd like to get off your quiff before we go?
No, I'm all good, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you guys all so much for watching and supporting and commenting and everything in between.
It's been super, super nice always.
Yeah. And hopefully, well, there's actually a lot more videos coming out now with us together, which is nice. Yeah, like the trees, and then we've had some vlogs here at home.
Thanks a lot, and be unstable. Cheers!
Okay, wait, ready? We should do the same thing where we end the...
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, one time.
No,
one time.
No.
Why? The one you did made me cringe harder. Thank you very much. Okay.
I never said it made me cringe.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ready? Okay, ready? Thank you guys. Hello.
Thank you guys for watching,
and we'll catch you
in the next one.
and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Okay, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Okay. Thank you
guys for watching.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. That wasn't so hard. See? Well done.